Well, Dave, I know we talked to Andrew yesterday, and he made it very clear how Shohei's not going to be pitching in the World Baseball Classic. But to see him on the mound yesterday as he continues with his build-up, I mean, what did you see from him yesterday and how the stuff was coming out?
You know what? I heard. I didn't see him. I was on field too, but I heard it was good. He got his work in and pleased with it. So just continuing the progression and go from there.
Just considering, I mean, I know it's as much as it's early in camp, a lot of guys came in ready. I mean, do you feel really good as to where the pitchers are right now with games coming up this weekend?
I do. I do. There's some guys that we're ramping up slower, as we've talked about, but there's other guys that are ready to go, and there's certainly a build-up, and we have a lot of good arms and depth, and some veteran guys, some guys that we just signed, some younger guys. So just to give guys opportunities and see, and then as guys get built up. But yeah, we're certainly ready to get going.
Given what you said yesterday about Yamamoto and where he's at and wanting to get him into a Cactus League game, will he start Saturday or Sunday?
That's the thought, the plan. I'm not sure which day. That's more Mark Pryor driven, but that's the hope. If things go well, we should see him in one of those games.
You saw Blake Treinen throw. What can you expect from him at this stage of his career? What does he have left in the tank after what he did for you guys in 24?
Lot in the tank. I know that the age is one thing, but for me, it's what I see and what the ball's doing, and he's healthy again. He's throwing the base. The ball's coming out really well. So I don't think it really. For me, I don't care about the age. The body's moving well. He's still strong, and I saw Penn a couple days ago, and a few days ago, and yesterday. It's as good as I've seen him throw the baseball in a while.
How much can you lean on him? Is it the same type of high leverage situations, or given everything that he's gone through and done, is it different?
Yeah, I think that I certainly trust him. It's going to be high leverage. How much we lean on him, that's kind of, depending on how he's feeling and who else we have around him and how they're throwing the baseball. But right now, he's a full participant. He's throwing the baseball well, feels good, and we'll go from there.
How does Mookie look to you these first couple days, and what are you going to be looking for out of him this spring to kind of let you know if his swing is getting back to where he wants it to be?
Yeah, I think that yes, last year started off certainly different with kind of when we were in Tokyo and how he was feeling and the weight loss and all that stuff. I think he had a great off season. He's in a good headspace. The body's good, and I think for me, it's just getting back to being who he is. And I just think that last year was an outlier offensive season, and I'm not too concerned about Mookie at all.
You still think that like MVP caliber offensive player that we saw a couple years ago is still in there for him?
Absolutely. I have no doubt about it. The way he played shortstop last year, expecting him to get better, be better offensively this year, he will be in the MVP conversation this year. But again, I think speaking for Mookie, his main goal is to help us win a championship. So I think whatever falls out from there, I think that will happen. So I just want him to focus on just being healthy, helping us win, and then whatever happens outside of that will happen.
How much do you think hitting between Tucker and Freddie at times is going to help him and whatever he sees? And what changes from hitting leadoff to second to a guy hitting third between and behind those guys?
Yeah, I think leadoff. I feel good with our leadoff hitter right now. I think for Mookie in particular, being leadoff, the mindset of getting on base versus hitting behind Shohei in the number 2. I like him in the number 3 in the sense that I feel that there's an on-base component, there's a get hits component, there's a drive and run component, and you're more of a Swiss Army knife in the lineup. So, I'm not beholden to it, but I like him in the 3 hole right now.
Will that change right-handed, left-handed pitching?
No, that should. It should say, and I haven't totally, figured out 2 and 4, but I like Mookie in the 3 though.
You haven't had the conversation with those guys yet?
Not yet.
Dave, is Shohei taking some at-bats outside today?
I'm not sure. I haven't asked. It's on the schedule, but I haven't looked closely. So if he does, he does, and I'm not sure.
We don't see his name on the schedule.
Then he's not taking them in.
Do you expect him to play in the first 2 Cactus League games?
I do.
Hey, what's the latest on Brusdar, and do you have any more clarity with this timeline?
No more clarity. He was the velocity ticked up the last time he was off the mound. It's a slow progression. I think with Brusdar, he's shown that we can count on him when he's needed in the biggest of spots. We just got to get him back up to that velocity, and it's a intentionally slow build up. So not any more clarity.
Considering it is a slow build up and what he's coming back from, it's safe to assume that he won't start the season with you guys.
Oh, absolutely. He's not going to start the season.
Andrew mentioned yesterday Emmett has been sick. Is that anything that's put him behind at all?
It has put him behind. How much it's put him behind, I don't know that. But yeah, when you miss 2.5 days of work as a starting pitcher, it puts you behind. But hopefully, he kept his arm moving a little bit, and we didn't lose too many days.
With some of these swing guys, especially a guy like Wroblewski, how do you sort of balance guys who looked so good in relief, keeping them in that role versus stretching them out, trying to preserve that starter depth?
I think what we've done, since I've been here is you don't know about length and starters until you get to the season. So as many guys that are starters that you can build up to 3, 4, 5 innings, it gives you optionality. And I think that with Emmett, with Justin, those guys, River Ryan, Gavin Stone, all those guys, we're going to continue to build up, and we got time to do that. And then we'll kind of, as we look out into spring, we'll see where we go.
With Wroblewski in particular, he was still kind of rocky as a starter even last year, but really ticked up in the pen. Do you still see him as a starter potentially long term for you guys?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that, it's hard to evaluate, what he did pre that DC series. There were some good things, but overall it just wasn't consistent. I think that he's a different person, a different player now. So I think for me, we certainly see him as a starter, and we're going to build him up as such. But as we start the season, we'll see what the role entails.
With River and Gavin, considering they're coming back from injury, it's been a while since you've really gotten to see them. How different is the stuff kind of playing for them right now? And have you been impressed with what you've seen, or anything kind of takeaways thus far?
River, the stuff is good. The command early on is not there, which it will get better. But the ball's coming out, so that's good. He's healthy. I think just kind of tightening up the command. Gavin's been really good. Gavin has been further along since his post-surgery, so he's in a good spot.
For Gavin, what's kind of a best-case scenario plan for him early in the season?
That's too early. It's all contingent on who's healthy and what. So I think for us is just keep building them up, and see where we're at, at the end of March.
You got much of a look at DePaula?
Yeah.
Any thoughts? I guess where do you want to see him? Where do you want to see him progress? I guess.
I want to see him become a better defender. He's a great young man. He's physically talented. The at bat, he's a pure hitter. He's got that hit gene. He's always going to hit. But I think that the defensive value has got to improve, and we've had conversations about that, he and I. And so, we get him better defensively, to be a better base runner, things like that. I think those are things for me at first glance I see.
For Mookie, how have you noticed the differences in how he carries himself this year, now that he has a full season at shortstop under his belt compared to when he was still getting his feet underneath him?
I think that Mookie's all about winning, whatever it takes to help the team. But I think that when you're trying to play a new position, you're consumed by that, understandably so, which I think he now has a handle on it. When you're playing catch up out of the gate with your health, that's hard too. So I think that right now he had a full off season. He's in a great spot. So I think now he can just kind of focus on maintaining, building up, and helping the Dodgers win in 2026. So he just seems much more relaxed, than he has in the last couple of years, which is going to be fun to see.